Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're basically giving you a shortcut, a way to quickly spot if an online store is, well, maybe not what it seems. We're using this site, Ben Mila Boutique, as our sort of test case. It sells men's and women's clothing, looks really stylish, very professional layout. But the big hook, the thing that really grabs you, is this claim of a huge closure sale, like up to 80% off everything.
Right, and that's the key, isn't it? That initial impression. It looks good. You said it polished. This isn't some, badly put together site. High quality images, clear sections, even an order tracking bit. It feels legit.
Exactly. It's designed to make you think, okay, this is a serious shop, which makes that discount even more tempting, maybe.
Precisely. But that polish combined with that discount, that's where we need to pause and ask questions.
Okay, let's start right there then. That massive discount, 80% off the whole store. Our sources flagged that immediately. What's the problem with a discount that big?
Well, the main problem is it just doesn't add up for a real boutique business. Think about the costs involved. You've got the costs of the clothes themselves, shipping, running the website, marketing, taxes, all of that, offering 80% off everything. A legitimate business, especially a smaller boutique, simply couldn't absorb that. They wouldn't make any money. They'd probably lose money on every sale.
So it's not really a sale then, it's something else.
It's what we call an urgency tactic. It's designed to make you feel like you're getting an incredible once-in-a-lifetime deal. That closing down sale line, classic pressure. It pushes you to buy now, quickly, before you have time to think, hang on, is this real? Or do any checking.
Ah, okay. It bypasses the rational brain with that huge saving appeal. But those photos are so good, they look really professional, like you'd see on a major retailer's site. Doesn't that suggest quality?
It suggests they know how to get good photos, sure. But honestly, high-quality images are pretty easy to come by these days. Often, scam sites just lift pictures directly from the real manufacturers or wholesalers, or sometimes even from other legitimate online stores.
Wow, okay. So the nice pictures don't actually mean the business is legit.
Not on their own, no. It's part of the package, the illusion. So once you look past the maybe questionable photos and that unbelievable discount, what's next? You look for transparency.
Right. Who are they? Where are they? And we found not much, a real lack of detail.
Exactly. That's the transparency test. You need to know who's running the show, where are they physically located, is there a real address, not just a P.O. box. What we see missing here is crucial. Very little info about the company itself, no verifiable physical address listed to anyone obvious, and often the customer service options are weak.
Weak how? Like slow email replies.
Sometimes, yeah. Or maybe just a generic email address like info@a or a basic contact form, but crucially, no phone number you can actually call, no company registration details you can verify, nothing solid. Think about it. A genuine online store wants you to trust them. They usually make their contact info and company details really easy to find. It's fundamental for building trust when you're asking people for money online.
Okay, but hang on. What if they're just, new? A startup maybe, still getting their act together. Don't they need time to build that stuff up?
That's a fair point. But if they were a genuine new business, they'd likely be working extra hard to build that trust, wouldn't they? Which brings us to the next big check. Reputation. Or, in this case, the lack of it. We call it the reputation vacuum.
Meaning, nobody's talking about them.
Pretty much. A real business, especially a new one trying to make sales, would be actively encouraging reviews. They'd want people talking about them on places like Trustpilot, Google reviews, maybe forums or social media. But when you search for Ben Mila Boutique outside their own website, there's very little independent feedback, maybe a few scattered comments, but nothing substantial.
So no news is bad news in this case.
Often, yes. That silence is suspicious. Trustworthy businesses leave a trail, online reviews, customer interactions, mentions. Scam operations try very hard to control their image, keeping feedback contained or non-existent outside their own site.
Okay, let's pull this together then. For someone seeing that slick ad with the 80% off, what's the verdict? We've got these huge, almost impossible discounts. We've got a lack of real company information, who they are, where they are, and then this silence, this lack of outside reviews or reputation. It seems like the signs are definitely pointing towards this being pretty risky, right?
I'd say so, yes. The pattern is quite clear once you know what to look for. The urgency, the anonymity, the lack of external proof, it screams caution. So, the practical advice for you, the listener, is really about recognizing this pattern. See that combination. Huge discount plus mystery seller plus no reviews. Alarm bells should ring. Now, if you're still really curious, maybe the clothes look amazing and you just have to know. The safest approach, if you must, is damage limitation. Use a secure payment method, ideally a credit card, because they offer better fraud protection than debit cards or maybe PayPal. And crucially, start with the absolute smallest, cheapest item you can find. Test the water, don't dive in.
Right? Don't risk a big amount until you know if anything actually arrives and if it's what you ordered. Smart. Okay, really useful stuff. So here's something to think about for everyone listening. Next time one of those amazing deals pops up in your feed, maybe for clothes or gadgets, whatever. Now that you know these common elements, the big pressure sale, the hidden identity, the missing feedback, how many of those red flags will you spot before you even click? Something to keep in mind. Stay alert out there.